So let's cover elevations of cities. Elevations of cities are basically the most important thing to note, and that basically the higher the elevation of that city, the more enlightened people are at that level. So we find I went looking all over the place in North America and across Europe, and I don't find a lot of cities that sit predominantly high in elevation in comparison to the ones we already know about. Like New York City is like pretty much zero. It's right up with the ocean practically. LA is just basically the same way pretty much. LA and New York City are the most low densest cities. They sit the lowest elevation per capita, and they're not very high up on the elevation scale. The ground they sit upon is pretty low. So I would say that's pretty strange for what it is. Miami, Florida is not very high either. It's right at the ocean basin practically. So I kind of think that Calgary, Alberta sits atop a bloody mountain. What qualifies as a mountain by the standards of Canadian geography and topography, and yeah, I guess you could say that too. It's the like of which that Calgary is like the Mount Everest of North American cities. It's sitting on top of a mountain. Anything over 1,000 meters is a mountain. Anything sitting over 1,000 meters where the city's ground and foundations and buildings and roads and trainways and freeways and highways, all of that ground is a high up elevation city. So if you imagine the city of Calgary, you think anything of it when you get to Calgary, you think you're just walking on a flat plain surface, but what the city of Calgary is sitting on is a growing mountain. So it's literally 1,000 meters above sea level, and it's already a pretty high up city as is. Like I said, it's like the Mount Everest of cities in North America. It sits pretty high off the ground if you were to basically compare it to other cities and whatnot. Edmonton, its northerly cousin, is 671 meters above sea level. 671 meters above sea level is pretty much, I would say, a foothill. So Edmonton's a foothill, Calgary's a bloody mountain. So that's the way I see it. And basically, when it comes to the discourse of elevation, that should be an indication of enlightenedness as it goes up. So the